Niggas want to attack you. Put the hood on, all they calling me cashes. Aren't you like Bob Saget? Greedy, I can't pass it. And everything to get no fasting. I don't care how much you knew me in the past tense. I ain't no Jordan style, this ain't no last dance. Way past it. Wait. You know my ex, cause he validate me. You never check, I don't want no receipt. I ain't get possessed, let my spirit speak freely. Hey, my past can't escape me. My pussy precedes me. Why all the time change? I'm still playing the victim, and you still playing the pick me. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can see it. I'm blind. You ain't getting your bitch back. Calm down, she could be yours, never say that. I don't want pipe down, rather get paid back. Mama told me never sit where you lay at. I don't want righteousness, I hurt too much, I lost too much, I lost too much, I hit my nothing wrong. Third day, pop out the tone. I like when you put your gun at the red light. I like all the violence, give me dysfunction. I like when you come, never stay the whole night. I like when you hide, never tell me I'm wrong. Cause my past can't escape me, my pussy precedes me. On my all the time change, you still talking about babies, and I'm still taking the plan B. It's so embarrassing. All of the things I need living inside of me. I can see it. It's so embarrassing. All of the love I see living inside of me. I can see it. I'm blind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to Stu Queen B's Thoughts. I'm Stu Queen B, and this is my channel. We are the Royalgladiators over here because we never give up and we never give in. We are also Melometers over here. We stand on business and we stand with Mel. I hope everyone is having a great day this morning. I know I've been missing. Hey, Mama Bees. Good morning, love. How are you? Thanks for coming through. I popped on because I haven't been on in a couple of days. And I've been missing y'all. Also, if you have not already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Feel free to join the channel. I would appreciate it. Also, again, I pray everyone has had a good weekend, should I say, first and foremost. Mine was a little good, mine was a little crazy, but I'm glad that I went. My cousin had a birthday party for her mom because she was unable to have it during her time in April because she was sick. with cousin 19, and then she had to drive and work out of the country. So I was over there with her. So we had a birthday party for her and a party for my little cousin that just turned 26. And these kids are growing up so fast and it's blowing my mind. But I popped on because I wanted to see how everybody was doing. Because I've been off the YouTube streets. I pop up every now and then. Other than I haven't been anywhere. I just wanted to see what was going on, how everybody was doing. How you doing, Mama Bees? You were the first one in the chat. No, not the first one, but yeah, I think you're one of the first ones was in the chat. But I know that I've been gone, but I had to get my head right because a lot of stuff is bothering me. Outside, everything is outside of YouTube, so everything. One of my sisters sick. One of my other sisters, I can't find her, and that's making my nerves a little bad. But I'm gonna keep it in God's hands and pray that everything is okay. But I just want to see how everybody was doing, see what was going on this morning, and to check up on my folks because I haven't seen anybody in a while. And it's been a little strange being off YouTube for too many days. I done got to the point where it's like, I don't get it. Now I see my cousin say I'm always on YouTube, which I am. I actually watch TV for the last 2 days, which is kind of weird. But this evening, I will be talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville because I seen some clips and I said I need to go over some more stuff that I could bring to y'all this evening because dag nabbit, they are losing their minds. Doing great. How are you? This is my 2-year-old grandson this weekend. That was an experience. Child. They little boys are full of energy. They are full of energy. The good thing is I didn't have to worry about my son knew when he was little, he knew what he had to do and what toys was specifically for him and what household things he could play with. But he really didn't play with them. So I say thank God for that. But yeah, she turned 87 in April. And she's a firecracker. She is a firecracker. And she been being a little mean to me lately. But I love her dearly. And I know it's not her, like I said before. If anybody knows and has been in the chat, I said that we just found out that she does have Alzheimer's dementia. And that's a little scary. But I try my best to not get upset with her. But it's kind of hard when she's doing things that she would never normally do to you. And if you're a person that don't have no patience, it will drive you nuts. So I don't have patience. And it just got to me. What was that, last week? Yeah. Last week before last. That just got to me. So I needed a break from her. But then she started doing it again. And I was like, yep, gotta go home. Yes, child. Love her since she's been like a second, third mama. It's been a trip. But she's one of my first cousins, so it's a trip. And that's why I keep telling her. I said, she was like, oh, I'm getting old. Yeah, that's a blessing to get old. It's some people didn't wake up this morning. So I always try to tell her that. Don't complain. Stop complaining so much. It's not that bad. I know, you get a little frustrated and your mind get a little foggy and messed up at night. I get that. And I'm going to start talking about dementia because I think I'm going to add those in my members only. I'll talk some outside and then I'll talk some inside. But to get deeper into details, I'll what my experience dealing with Alzheimer's is. I'm going to put that in members only. But just talking about Alzheimer's, I'm going to talk about it with everybody. Because everybody should be aware of it. Everybody should know about it. And if you're dealing with it in your family, it's a lot. So I'm just praying for anybody that's going through this. And I ask that y'all pray for me because it has been a lot. But I love her so much. If I didn't, I told her I would run away and never come back. But like I said, I wanted to pop on, see how everybody was doing, and make sure that everyone is good because it's been a minute. Like it felt like it's been a week, but it's only been a couple of days since I've been off of YouTube. But it when you ain't here for a couple of days, it felt like you've been gone for a long time. But like I said, I wanted to make sure everybody was good. I wanted to see how everybody was feeling. I know that's really for tomorrow for Temperature Tuesdays, and that's okay. But I wanted to see what was going on with everybody because I just turn on my TV and look at stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like my sister just sent me a video of these two boys, 17-year-old and 20-year-old, that tried to unalive his mother and father. They're both of the sons tried to unalive the mother and father in their own home. And that blew me away. And I'm like, why are kids so ungrateful these days? What makes them think that's okay to do to their parents? I don't understand it. Like, I know we was always told, if I brought you in this world, I could take you out. That don't mean kids have that right. Okay. I mean, we really ain't supposed to do it, but I'm just saying. The saying was, I brought you in this world, I could take you out. But these children that are running around here attacking their parents and trying to unalive their parents, something is really, really wrong. And I believe, my personal thoughts, I believe a lot of it comes from entitlement. That's one of the reasons why I always say about people that always try to pacify. Yeah, it's scary that the ones that try to pacify their kids all the time because they feel guilty of not being able to be home all the time or working all the time. I want parents not to feel guilty because if you don't work, your kids don't eat. So don't let them make you feel guilty for that. And let them know, look, if I don't work, you don't eat. And that's the other thing I said the other day about what your wants are and what your needs are. See, God will give you what you need. Parents give you what you want. Parents have to understand kids know how to manipulate. They do. They know how to do it on their own, and they also learn it from watching other people, how they move and maneuver in life. So I want people to really sit down and have conversation. I don't care if they're not your kids. I don't care if they're your friends' kids, your siblings' kids, a family member's kids. Talk to them kids and like, listen, your parents are doing the best they can with what they were given or what they have achieved. Your parents don't owe you nothing but to make sure you are breathing, you are fed, you are clothed, and you have a room and board. Those are the things the parents are responsible for. All that extra stuff, that's extra stuff. Because I feel like this, if you have a son or a daughter and they want all this expensive things, that's why I tell my son, I said, you want all that? You need to get the job that can afford you all those extra things that you want. Because as the mama, I'm the supplier of your needs. I'm not the person that always has to give you what you want. Now, if you doing right by school, how you treat me, how you treat your parents, how you treat your father, then yeah, you can earn those things. But to think that you are entitled to anything that your parents worked hard for is a little crazy to me. And there are too many kids these days that think it is okay to plot and plan against your parents that brought you into this world. There are too many young children, old children running around here trying to unalive their parents because they're not getting what they want. Hey, TNTG Mama, how you doing today, love? Welcome to the chat. Hope everything is well. I don't know if I sound stuffy, but my head's a little clogged, but not bad. So hopefully I don't sound crazy. But I really need people to start. If you're a person that's big in your neighborhood, like my parents and their friends used to do, they used to talk to us. The elders used to sit and talk to us. And it's sad that the elders get no respect anymore because they deserve that right. I understand people say, oh, but there's so many grandparents out here with foul mouths and all that. Yeah, we see that. We see that. But I'm talking about If you do what you're supposed to do with your children from the age of conception to, I'll say, at least 8 or 9, and you build them with the basic foundations of what they're supposed to do as a child, as a little boy, as a little girl, their hygiene, all of that, and you instill in them, listen, when you see a older lady crossing the street, help that lady across the street. If you see a child out of place that look like the child is somewhere it don't belong, help them find their way. Don't take advantage of people that can't defend themselves. There are so many youngsters running around here. Hell, I could just use for New York for an example. In New York, just running around either slashing somebody in the face or the neck or something, or stealing from them, or beating the elderly up. I think that's a little sick. And I'm like, what did your parents do to you or for you or did not do for you that you think it's okay to disrespect and harm the elderly? And I say that because I think of, as I grew up, how we were supposed to treat our elders. I know our elders are different now because of a lot of grandparents are younger these days. But I want some young grandparents to go back and use some of those tools that your grandparents used for you. Because I understand that people don't like to hand out whoopings to their kids. I get that now these days. But sometimes spare a rod, spoil a child. That's why kids have no boundaries no more. And it's kind of sad because there are boundaries in life. And people need to understand that your kids are a reflection of you. To try to keep not 65 verses. One, I know that's right. Listen, kids will have, some kids are like they're on sugar all day. They don't even have to have sugar and they be on sugar. It seems like they on a sugar rush all day. So that's why I said I just want people to be just think about when you grew up and how things are today. Because grandparents, I will say this, and I have no problem. Me myself, I'm not trying to be your friend. I told my son, we're not friends until you pay your own bills and you move out. That's when we could be friends. And honestly, that was the best decision I ever made, is for us to separate and live in different spaces, because that let us become closer. We learned to talk and have real conversations, because I worked nights, he worked days. So we would see each other, in between, but half the time I would sleep. So, but I always tell him, look, don't allow these people to get in your head that you don't deserve to respond. Now, there's a way you respond to the elders and to your elders. You don't call them by their name. That's one thing I hate. I hate adults that call their parents by their first name. That drives me insane. I hate little kids that call their parents by their first name. That drives me insane. So I want people to tell their kids, look, this is what you call me. I don't care who I'm around, unless we're in a business setting or a school setting or something like that. You better call me mama or something. Or if you out and about and you with your friends and we at a meeting or something or a function and you want to call me by my last name, do that. Because you don't want to have any issues with anybody else. It's okay when his 12-year-old sister and his 9-year-old brother come with me, but their parents took them to Hershey Park for the weekend. Oh, I know them kids is having them some fun. I ain't been to Hershey Park since I was probably like about 13. And chocolate is all I eat, so I could never go back to Hershey Park no more right now. But how you feeling, TNTG mom? How you doing today? I wanted to say good morning to everybody. That's one of my biggest reasons for popping online, to say hello, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. And just to have a little conversation with y'all, because I've been gone for a couple days and it's been a little weird. Hey, Sissy Pooh, how you doing? Yeah, I said, let me jump my butt up here because I ain't been on in a couple of days. And I said, I got to go see what's going on with people because I ain't seen them in a minute. And it feels a little weird when I don't come in here. Okay. It feels a little strange. Um, Also, I was thinking about, well, we was having these conversations about kids and having kids yesterday, day before yesterday. And I was like, it's nothing. Amen. Grateful for another day. Sissy Pooh, I know you have sleep. I know you have sleep. I get it. Yeah, some people are not. People have to understand. They have to be grateful for the main things in your life, and that's eating, breathing, sleeping, and a roof over your head. I pray hard for the people that don't have a roof over their head because I myself almost could have been homeless at one time, but I would have took that L on me. I would have took that L on me. But my child would never be homeless. I refuse. So I used to literally make myself walk to work, and I that was like a 15-minute drive. It would take me an hour and 45 minutes to get to work. My son was like, "When did you do that?" I said, "Bro, I've been doing that for over a year." He's like, "I didn't know that." I said, "You weren't supposed to know that." That's why I said parents tell kids too much adult stuff as well. They tell them their problems. They use them as social workers. They use them as psychiatrists, psychologists. You can't do that. Don't do that to your children. Let children be children. There are so many grown up acting children out here that is insane. And it's like the mindset of all of us is like, who raised you? But again, please do not try to be your children's friends as you are raising them. Because when you try to be their friends while you're raising them, they think they don't have to respect you and they figure you're like their equal. No, you have to let them know you are in charge. You make the decisions of what's going on. They're to follow the rules. And if they can't follow the rules and don't want to follow the rules, they can leave. People are like, oh, I would never put my child out. If your child is running havoc and running, causing hell and chaos in your household and in your life, get them little monsters out of there. Get them little monsters out of there. I understand you birthed them, but if they feel like they don't have to respect you, they don't have to respect your home, they don't have to respect your job, they don't have to do the basic necessities they need to do to be a part of that household and pour into that household, then they shouldn't be there. Because there's some of too many ungrateful kids out here that parents have bust their butts for years to take care of them, and they give them their tail to catch when they get older. And to me, that's crazy. It's crazy. I think I don't understand what information or what conversations parents have with their kids. I don't know. But to me, it seems like something is missing in those conversations because kids really think they have the right to buck up on their parents. And I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Who told you that was okay? Hey, do the right thing. How you doing, love? Welcome to the chat. Hope all is well. Child, they need to watch something. She said, video, get out. They need to watch something or them because these kids, I just keep watching. Like, even the movies I was watching, and I'm listening to how kids talk to their parents, and I'm like, who told you that was good? Who said that was okay? Like, that's not cool. Like, parents have to put a boundary up of when you speak to your children and what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to move. Let them know, look, I'm boss here. Like, I'm gonna say this little story. When I was younger, when I had my son, I was 22 when I had him. So I had moved out of my own apartment that I was nice enough to allow people to live with me. And they tried to do me dirty. So I said, okay, people want to act funny. I got y'all. So I said, well, I'm leaving at the end of the when the lease is up, and I'm not re-signing it, and everybody gotta go. So I was like, y'all want to play with me? I play with y'all. But you're not gonna try to think you're gonna put me out my stuff when I gave y'all a place to live. So when you get to the point and kids have this complex of thinking, well, I could do what I want to do. Yeah, you can do what you want to do when you live by yourself. Now it depends on what you're raising, especially when it comes to girls. I know girls are different. I don't have a girl, but I do know girls are different. Girls will work your last nerve. Girls will have you ready to go to jail. Okay? Because they will test you, especially if you was a testy child yourself. Okay? They always say that karma spin the block with them babies, boy. It come back. That's why I thank God I didn't give my mama too much trouble. I just wanted to be outside. I was a sheltered child. I wanted to be outside. I was a sheltered child. I listen. The streets was a different thing for me when I was younger. When we were coming up, when adults were talking, exactly. Nowadays, kids sit there and be a part of the conversation. You don't belong in my conversation. You're not grown. You don't belong in this conversation. And I need you to go somewhere else. I said once before, I had a friend that her mother used to let her sit there with the grown folks while they had conversations. And I thought that was absolutely insane. I had a friend that they called their mama by their first name. And I was like, who are you talking about? She says my mama's name. I said, well, why you didn't call her mom? She's like, oh, we always call her by her first name. I was like, y'all bugging. I said, y'all is bugging. I said, ain't no way in hell. My son gonna be running around here calling me by my name. Now, he did it when he was little because little kids mimic what they see. And that's what he heard from everybody else. My name coming out of everybody else's mouth. So he felt it was okay. I was like, no, no, no. That's in my Kimmy voice. No, no, no. That's not what you're doing, little boy. You're not gonna be calling me by my name. I'm your mama. So I had to have people for like at least 3 weeks call me mom. 3 weeks I had to have them call me mom so he could stop doing it. But he was little. So that was different. But when you get these grown parents and these grown kids, parents trying too hard to be their kid's friend instead of their parents. Exactly. Because I understand the concept of what they're trying to do. I understand the concept that younger parents are trying not to do the things that their parents did to them. I understand that. Because y'all know we got our tails whooped as kids when we got out of line. And I understand parents want to listen to people tell them, yeah, you could put them in time out. You could take their electronics away from them. You could do all that. Yeah, you could do that. They don't really care half the time because some of them might have an extra phone somewhere you don't know nothing about. Because kids are sneaky. They friends that help them do stuff they ain't got no business doing. So you have to structure your kids in a certain way so that the outside world don't get to them. That's why I said I was a sheltered child from all the going ons out in the world. All the drama going on in the world, I wasn't there. Where I grew up at, we call it Uptown. That's the area we stayed in. We knew everybody in that whole entire area. The families knew us. We knew them. We knew their grandparents. Half went to school with me. Half went to school with one of my other cousins. Some went to school with my other. We all knew each other because it was like family. It was a community. Now we don't have many communities because most people don't know their neighbors. And neighbors are not friendly anymore. Neighbors used to protect your kids from outside people. Now it's your neighbors that are attacking your kids. Just like I think it's insane that mothers and daughters like to run around and jump people and want to fight other kids. And I'm like, lady, I know we say, I know we say a lot of times, y'all fight a kid, but that don't mean you really trying to fight a kid. You know what I mean? But nowadays, parents want to rumble in the jungle with their kids, and that's not how that's supposed to work. You're supposed to teach your kids how to defend themselves, not let your kids pull you into street brawls, and school brawls. Because I've seen videos recently where mama showed up at school, to fight these little girls with her daughter. What? That's not how that goes. You make a police report. You make a paper trail. That's what you do. You make a paper trail. Somebody's harassing your daughter or messing with your kids or your son or whatever. You make a paper trail. You don't, as an adult, go up to a school to fight a child. That's petty and pathetic and trifling. I understand we all are supposed to be there to stand there for our kids. I get that. But when you see parents rolling up to schools, playgrounds, and all that and wanting to fight little kids, exactly. So, only way, listen, I'll tell my son, the only way I'm going to jail for you, bro, is if you are defending your life. If somebody mess with your life, I'm going to jail. I said, but any other stupid stuff you do out in these streets, which you know better because you was raised better than that, you're responsible for. I'm not responsible for. I said, because you're a grown adult now. So, like I tell them, people always say, oh, they're your responsibility till they're 18. Yeah, that's what they say. But when it comes to them fake laws, they can come looking for you even if your child is 18. Because most of the time they don't stop until they're 21. Also, I almost forgot. Drop some purple hearts and crowns in the chest and chest pieces in the chat for yourselves. I'd appreciate it. I hope y'all hit that like button. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on with folks in the like button. I don't know. It's tripping me out, but it's okay. As I was saying, parents, please learn to just be your children's parents until they are of age and they are out of your house. Because first of all, 2 women, adults in a house, sometimes that don't work. And we also don't want to keep our sons home too long either. Because I know some parents, they turn their kids into mama boys. And that's one thing I did not want my son to be. He loves his mother. Yes, he does. But my son has a life of his own. And he does his own thing. You feel me? He does his own thing. If he needs advice, he can come to me. We talk about any and everything. And that's the way it should be. You shouldn't have to be out here in the streets fighting. Okay. So see, I get ready to say the whole name. Your comment made a mistake. She made a mistake and deleted your comment, sis. She ain't mean to do it. She's sleepy. Sis, if you're that sleepy, go to bed, love. Because I don't want you up here. I don't want you up here nodding off on the computer. I don't want you nodding off at the computer. But yeah, I want parents just to hold them damn selves now accountable for their kids' actions. Because anything that you raise your child, however you raise your child, to a certain extent, you're responsible for certain things they do at a certain time in their life, especially as teenagers until they're 18. If you're not on them and make sure they do what they're supposed to do, they're going to continue to act a fool. That's why I believe, just like they like to give out awards all the time. And I think that's a little in schools, sports, all that. They like to give kids, get some rest, sis. Love you. Go take your butt to sleep, girl. But yeah, these days, I'm trying to get it because I be trying to understand y'all, and I be so confused of what made parents change the concept of making sure your children have their basic needs met before they step out into the world. That's like learning how to write in cursive, because you need to write a signature. Everything shouldn't be on a computer system. You should be able to know them. I don't care if you need to, even with phone numbers, because y'all know we have all gotten out of contact, and everybody don't know nobody's phone number unless it's in their cell phone. I think it's time to get back to some of the basics. This is my opinion. I think it's time to get back to some of the basics. I think that we all, as a community, as a family, as just human beings, need to get to the point in life to say, you know what, enough is enough. I can't take no more of these kids running amok. It's time to put our foot down. Not just take away electronics. Some of them kids need their tail. I'm not saying beating them down. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about spare the rod, spoil the child. There are too many kids out here that do not have respect for their elders, for themselves, so that they don't have no respect for nobody. And those are the ones that need their asses beat. Because I watched a video the other day of these girls. I don't know where them girls came from. I don't know who they are. But for them to be bold to walk their asses in that Macy's store and snatch them pocketbooks off the shelf and just walk out the store, run out the store with them, that is disgusting. I'm tired of them putting these stigmas on black people and making it seem like we're thieves and we don't do this and we don't do. I'm sick of that. Because there are a lot of us that put a lot of hard work into our children to make them better people for their futures. But we have these other little monsters running around here causing hell and havoc and wonder why prices are going sky high, because y'all keep running around here stealing shit. Stop stealing people's stuff. Like, stop stealing people's stuff. And everybody, good morning to anyone that's coming through that's catching this on the replay. Good morning to all y'all. Also, thank you to my new subscribers and my new members. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And I thank y'all for coming through and chat with me. They get it from their mom. They get it from somewhere, child. But if parents was there, I know we as parents have to, well, I ain't gonna say me because my child grown. He'll be 34 next month. But I understand parents have to work and take care of their home. I understand that. I get that. Our parents have been doing it for decades. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. Let me say for decades. Since the beginning of time. The difference is we live in a day and age now that we got to have everything. I want that. 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 But what do you need? They don't worry about the needs that they want. They worry about the things that they want, not the needs. They worry about always worrying about the wants. And I feel like this: if you want to have all this expensive type stuff, and I didn't have it when you was younger, then it's your job to bust your butt to get up and get the things you want in the right way. Don't go taking shit from nobody. Don't be running around here with a bunch of fools running around here taking shit. Don't do that. If your mama raised you better than that and you know better than that, you should do better than that. I want parents to start being parents again. I want them to stop trying to be your kids' friends. Because if your friends treat you like the way your kids would just mistreat you, would you still be their friends? TNT Bomb said they really messed up when they took prayer out of the school. Just my opinion. These schools are terrible these days because their other races are not worried about our children, period. I witness. Yeah, I was just seeing the other day, I forgot what state that is. They actually put the 10 Commandments on the walls in the school. They put the 10 Commandments up on the walls in the school. I'm like, and then they want to claim about the separation of church and state. Y'all ain't been doing the separation of church and state in a long daggone time. Heck, don't y'all get them evangelicals to come up there and pretend that they care about the president or whoever's running for president? Like, they run around here with that. Whatever. I'm gonna leave that alone for another day. Because I know a lot of people don't talk politics, but I'm gonna have some politics to talk about members only. Because we got to pay attention, y'all. People are not paying attention. They're not paying attention. Plus, this world is crumbling underneath our feet. The world is crumbling underneath our feet, and nobody's paying attention. There's so much going on. That's why I said I need parents to wake up. They need to put prayer back in school, I ain't thinking about that pledge of allegiance, because that pledge of allegiance don't mean nothing to me. And the reason why, put a 1 in the chat if you read the whole Pledge of Allegiance song. Put a 1 in the chat if you read the whole Pledge of Allegiance song. I want to see. And I'm also going to let some people up later on this evening when I do my Love and Marriage Huntsville review. Because, oof, these clowns. I just can't. I don't understand it. I subbed at school with 11 black teachers in the elementary school, total of 600 students. Yeah, that's another thing. They're overcrowding and stuff in the classrooms. How about y'all stop building all this other shenanigans and throwing up Starbucks everywhere and throwing up Popeye's chicken and all this unhealthy food for these kids? And how about making the schools a little bit bigger? Do you have a live today, sis? Because if you do, let me know. I think I got it like set for 6:25 or something like that. Let me know. Because if so, I could push it. Yeah, it's about 6:25, I think it is. I don't honor the Pledge of Allegiance either. I don't honor none of that. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't honor that. I don't honor the national anthem. I don't honor none of that. Because first and foremost, that had nothing to do with us. And I mean people of color, had nothing to do with us. But when you listen and read the words to the national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance, you'll be like, what? Wait a minute, hold up. I ain't never heard that part. Go find it and read it. Go find it and read it. Yeah, that's right. I keep forgetting. But those things don't have no, just listen, this country don't have no honor. Okay? I'm just going to go there. It don't have no honor. It don't have no honor. Nothing that has honor about it. Like I say all the time, and I'm going to always say it. I salute to anybody that served in the armed forces. I don't care if the Marines, the Army, the National Guard. I salute y'all because y'all felt it was y'all duty to represent your country. But I know a lot of people also use the services as to get their way paid through college. But the part that bothers me the baddest and the most is because a lot of those people only went to do that to get to school. And some of them never even made it to school. I told my sons, don't you never think about, hallucinate, dream about, or nothing about serving in the armed forces. Because this country don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about your little black ass. They don't care. They don't care about the vets that have served this country with their lives. They don't care about none of that. That's a problem for me too. Because like I always say, anybody served in any armed forces, whatever, and they did their time, and they served this country, they shouldn't have to pay a damn dime for nothing. They should have free shelter. They should have free medical health care. They should have free food. They shouldn't have to fight for nothing because they've done all that fighting for this country already. That's my thoughts. But I do salute the ones that have done it already and that have came out on the other side of that. But we all know it's a lot of people that did not come back home from those wars. And they have destroyed a lot of black families. It ain't just jail that destroyed a lot of black families. It's the war that destroyed the different wars destroyed a lot of black families. Half of them didn't even get their respect when they was over there serving for this country. That's just like this. I say this story all the time. There's a Hispanic man. Hey, peaches and cream. What's good, sis? How you doing today? But yeah, I have an issue because y'all treat them like they treated that man as if he was a stranger. That man was born I think in Honduras or something. But he's been here since he was a child, since he was a couple of months old. He was a grown man and he served in the military. He did 2 tours in Iraq. Do you know they had the nerve when he came serving his time? They deported him to someplace he don't know nothing about. They deported him back to Honduras that he don't know nothing about. And then they had the nerve to say that if he passes away, he could come back to you. He could be buried in the United States of America and have a 21 gun salute. Y'all tell me how that makes sense. But y'all shipped that man out of here after he served for this country. 2 tours in Iraq. And you deport him to a country he knows nothing about. And he grew up in the United States. But if he passes away over there, he can come back to the United States and have a 21 gun salute burial. That makes no sense to me. And those are part of the things I have an issue with. Yeah, you so stupid. I'm not messing with you, girl. It's insane. Yeah, it's crazy. I watched it. I was like, they are crazy. Like, where they do this at? Y'all want people to fight for this country, but you give everybody in this country your ass to kiss. I don't understand it. That's another thing that bothers me. You suit these kids up and say, oh, you get to go to college for free. You could do this, you could do that. But that's if you make it back in sound mind and body. Because most don't come back sound mind and body. So I always said they would never get mine. Okay? They would never get mine. They'd be mad because they'd be looking for him. Just like they have a TikTok thing they started about sending kids. They were talking about what would happen if they started making when you turn 18 or whatever, you have to automatically be put in the system to be able to be in a service. I was like, y'all don't get the hell out of here. Y'all don't get out of here. Stop playing. But let me get off of this because I went on a tangent about this and this aggravates my spirit. So I'm going to get out off of that. I'm going to go back to talk about the parents and their kids. But I want mamas to know, please do not over baby your sons. Hold your sons accountable when they act up and do foul shit. Hold your daughters accountable when they do foul shit. Stop riding for your kids when your kids is doing wrong shit. I told my son before, and I meant that. Unless you are defending your life or your child's life and you end up in jail, I got you. But anything else, you wasn't raised like that. And you know, my son is a hard worker. So I said, you know better. I said, that's why I tried to keep him out them streets for a long period of time when he was younger. Because I didn't want him to grow up and act like half the people I knew I grew up and hung around. And their kids was just as bad. Because a lot of them had kids when they were younger. They didn't have them when they was older. They had them when we was in high school. I had mine when I was grown. Semi-grown. I'll say semi-grown. 22 is supposed to be grown, but I say semi-grown. And that's only because I was not out there adulting then. My son taught me how to adult. To walk in my adulthood and not have to rely on anybody. That my son taught me that. Because it took a long time for me to understand why do people move the way they move. Like I sit back and I pay attention. And like I said, I always try to understand why parents let certain kids, why do you let your kids call you by your first name? Why is it okay for children to sit around in grown folks' conversations? Like, I ain't gonna front. Some of the little kid videos, when they be doing little skits and stuff, I be cracking up. But some of that stuff, them videos be way too much. Just like that stupid lady. I don't know what that girl name is, because I ain't gonna call her lady. She's a little girl. That for her daughter's first birthday, she put a full lace front wig on this baby's head. Now that day, when I saw it, I wanted to jump through my computer and whoop her ass. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted to jump on that lady because I'm like, who does that to a 1-year-old? Who does that? The hell? See what I'm talking about? Saw a young lady in the mall wearing pasties on her boobs. Or her mama let her walk out. I don't know. That's another thing. Like, even that even goes to me. Even with friendships. When you got your homegirls or whatever, and y'all say y'all was going, I don't care how young y'all was. If y'all was going out for the night and y'all was getting dressed up and getting classy and dressed and looking nice, if something didn't look right on your friend, you would tell them, nah, sis, don't wear that. No, that don't match. That don't look right. That's a little too snug in certain areas it shouldn't be. But friends these days, they don't tell their friends when they look a fool. They let their so-called friends walk outside looking crazy as hell. And I don't understand it. Especially women. And I'm like, how you say you my friend, but you let me go outside looking crazy? And like I said the other day, if just because they make it in your size does not mean you should wear it. You need to dress for your body type. I want mamas to stop buying these little hooker outfits for their kids because the shit ain't cute. It's not. I need parents to be more on top of what their kids buy. Because if they don't have a job and you supplying the clothes, why are you buying this stuff for your child to wear? When we was kids, we didn't have all them choices. I understand people don't want to shut their kids down and they want their kids to be respectful, but you have to teach them that. You have to teach them that. That's just not something that's given. It's just not an automatic click in their head. You have to show, hey, Miss Bugs, how you doing, beautiful? How you doing, sis? I think your message yesterday, I meant to respond, but girl, I went to sleep. I'm so tired. I was so tired yesterday. Child, please. I had to get home and get in my bed. The sister was sleepy. Okay. My sister was sleepy. I was so tired. But I need parents to sit, even with their grandchildren, even grandparents with their little kid, with their grandkids, that let their kids cut up. I'm glad to hear, sis. I'm glad to hear. I don't like the fact that they allow children to speak to their elders the way they do. I just don't understand it. And again, you should not be putting your hands on an elder. You shouldn't be cussing at an elder. Now, hold on. Let me say something before I finish this. There's a disclaimer to this. There is a disclaimer to this. Now, if you run across an elder like Uncle Wander and Betty Kruger, that's a different thing. Because when you got evil parents, you're going to always automatically have evil children. Because they don't like anybody. So those people are the type of individuals that you learn to ignore. When you have people that like to keep up stuff and start drama and pick with people all the time, that's when you need to call it quits. When you have elders that act like street thugs, that's when you need to call it quits. That's when you find somebody to dig in their ass. But as a child, you can't disrespect your elders. But you can let somebody else know about it and let another adult handle it. Because that's how things were. Everybody don't got to fight. There's no reason for everybody to always have to fight all the time. It just don't make no sense. And I hope y'all are hitting the like button. I'd appreciate if you didn't on your way in, and at least please hit it on your way out. I can't speak. Y'all know y'all can follow me on Instagram. Y'all can follow me on TikTok. Instagram is a Stoop Queen Bee Thoughts 1. And TikTok it is a Stu Queen Beast Thoughts, I do believe. But anywho, if you would like to support the channel, not me, but the channel itself, that keeps the channel moving, feel free. Cash App should be scrolling across the bottom. Also, they have super thanks, super chats, super stickers. It is what it is. Back on to my conversation. And also, like I said before, drop some hearts and some drop some praying hands also, first of all, foremost, in the chat for my sister, always that girl. I'd appreciate it. And for it was somebody else. That was and for one of my brothers, that's what it is. And for one of my brothers, drop some heart praying hands in the chat for them. And I'm gonna give y'all a little word, and then I'm gonna get out y'all way because I know it is almost afternoon. I know y'all got things to do. Well, Miss Bugs, I know it's still early for you, but I want parents to have conversations with the younger people in your community if you know them, because you can't talk to everybody in your community anymore. Before you could have conversations with them and you can get some respect from the parents or whatever. Nowadays, no, the parents want to fight you if you say something against their kids. And people need to stop acting like all their kids are perfect kids and they don't get in trouble and they don't cause no problems. That just don't happen. Okay? It just don't happen all the time. Sometimes you will end up with some kids out here that are just terrorizing the community. But then you have communities where they still stick together and they keep an eye on each other's homes. They keep an eye on each other's kids. That's some grown folk shit. The stuff that people are doing now, this is childish. Fighting kids in school, showing up, bullying. That stuff is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. But I hope that y'all take the time to talk to all y'all grandparents. Take some time to talk to y'all grandchildren and try to steer them in a different direction if the parents are not pushing them in the direction they should go in. Because again, the children are the future of this country if people pay attention to what's going on in this country. Okay? You pay attention to what's going on in this country, then you'll get it. But if you not, back to class. I just had to say hello. Love you. Love you too, sis. Have a good day in class. Don't hurt nobody. But yeah, I want parents to have conversations with their own kids. Especially if you have grandkids, tell them, like, listen, I need you to give these rules. Like, I know we weren't born with a book that tell you how to raise your kids, but you want your kids to do better than you did. You want your kids to have better than you had. So they have to work for what they want. Like, shoot, Jet Li, who was it? Jet Li, and it's another one. Told the kid all that money they made. He was like, no, I'm not leaving y'all nothing. Y'all gonna work for y'all money. Y'all gonna earn your money, because I've earned mine. And I understand that. Me personally, I think he probably still really did lead them, is gonna lead them something, but he gonna make them earn it. Because that's what we always had to do. We had to earn. I don't care if you was in Brownies, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, whatever you was in, you had to earn things. Even in sports. Like I was trying to say earlier, you had to earn a medal. You had to earn a trophy. You had to show your best. Not everybody gets the same trophy. No. In my Kimmy voice. People don't understand. Life is a challenge in itself. But it's up to you to make it easier or harder on yourself. Don't think you need to fuss and fight and argue with your cohorts, because you don't. You don't. You don't have to argue or fuss with your co-workers. You don't. You can do your job and go home. But when you have children, some people are dropping the ball on that because I don't understand why people don't understand. They want more black men in jail and black women in jail and people of color in jail as they can possibly get so they can get them some free labor. Because to me, the jail system is nothing but paid slavery. That's what it is to me. A jail is nothing but a plantation to me. And they keep them locked in their cages and cells until they want them to go out and work. That's what they did to the slaves. That's why they continue to build jails. So they can continue to put our black asses, our brown skin asses, our mocha asses. That's why they're trying to put all of the colors behind bars. Because they know we are precious gems out in the world. They know that we have so many gifts to give to this world. But they lock them up behind bars so that they can't share them with the world. So I just ask that y'all talk to your grandchildren, talk to your children, and say, look, this one is heading down the wrong path if you don't get a hold of them. Okay? This one gonna head down the wrong path if you don't get a hold of them. And we are losing too many of our children in this world behind stupid stuff. I want kids to learn how to fight. I want people to take their kids and put them in some karate classes or something. That's what I want y'all to do. Give them something constructive to do, not destructive. Because the kids are living in a destructive lifestyle, not a productive one. Now, don't get it twisted. We got some smart brainiac children of this world. We have some of the smartest children that are out here. The little ones are getting it. But the ones in the middle are playing games with they're playing Russian roulette with their lives. They think they can run the streets, cause havoc and hell and chaos, and then they could go sit back in a corner and be quiet. That don't work. I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all never watched this movie, I want y'all to take and watch this movie. I'm gonna name it, I'm gonna put it on my community wall as well. Supercell. And my cousin watched that movie yesterday. It shows you the things they are doing. Just like most of these sci-fi movies. If y'all don't believe half of this stuff is true, something wrong. They ain't showing us for a reason. I think a lot of the stuff already happened or is in the process of happening. So now they're just throwing things out there in movies. Because while these sinkholes keep popping up, our airplanes and stuff keep going down, why we keep having glitches in systems, why is the weather so hot when it's not supposed to be this hot right now? Like, I don't know where y'all live at, but yesterday in Jersey, for about a good 15 minutes, it poured so hard you couldn't see in front of your hand. And it was gone within 15 minutes. And I mean, it poured down real hard. So if y'all don't believe that God is pleased, something wrong. I'm just saying. I ain't come here to preach to y'all, but I just had to say that. I had a lot on my mind, but like I said, let me give y'all this real quick. And then drop some hearts and some purple hearts, and some crowns in the chat for yourself. And if you are a Melometer, you could drop some crowns and some chess pieces in the chat for yourself, and I would appreciate that. And let me leave y'all with a little word, and I'm gonna get out of here because I know y'all got things to do, people to see, and places to go. We go with the fanatickery again. So I hope y'all will join me later on this evening to listen to that. Where's my girl at? What she got? I should pick the wrong one.
Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you, baby. Don't pay us about this video. I need you to listen to me real quick, okay? I need you to understand that everything that you're going through is necessary. You understand? Instead of worrying about the situation, you pray about it. When you go and you read Genesis and you go and you read the story about Abraham and you know that God was blessing Abraham. You understand me? Abraham was being blessed. But it was a time that God tested Abraham. So right now you're in your season of testing. So the little minor test that you going through ain't compared to what Abraham had to go through. God wanted Abraham to take his son for a sacrifice. Let's see if he trusts him. Abraham trusted God so much, he took his son. His son didn't know what was going on. Thought they was just going out to go find some things and, come back home. Not knowing that he would be a sacrifice. Abraham laid his son there. I can only imagine what he felt in his heart. But he still had to trust God. When Abraham got the knife and was going to take his son's life, an angel appeared. No, Abraham, there's a livestock over there that's tangled up in the bush. God spoke. Abraham, you trusted me. And because of you trusting me, yes, God, Abraham trusted God. It's a time and a season where we got to trust God, even though we feel left out and we feel hurt and broken. We still got to trust God, because we got to understand that God will triple every blessing for us. He will. He loves us just that much. But the devil come to do three things that God said he'll do: steal, kill, and destroy. When God sends you somebody to love you dearly, you hold on to them. You hold on to the person that God sent for you, because you don't know why that person there, but God knew. God know why they sent you. As many times that we are questioning. You understand? Job questioned God. He questioned him. Why I gotta be tested? Why I gotta go through this? Why not you? I know what's in the inside of you. I created you in my image. I created you. You're my child. So you got to get to a point in your life where you trust God, baby. Trust him. Everything that you lost, God is going to restore it. Crown on.
And that's an amen to Sister April, because she gave me my life every time. Okay? You got to trust God in his decisions. If you feel like your children or your grandchildren are out of control, give them to God. Talk to them, but give them to God. Because they got to hear a word. They got to hear a word, because the Bible tells you to honor thy mother and father, but it also says do not lead your children out to wrath. And that's what the children are doing. They are being defiant, and they are doing not what God wants. They're doing what the devil wants. And we got to pull our children back closer to God, because they have lost their way and they need some guidance. So, with that being said, I thank y'all for coming to hang with me this morning. I truly appreciate it. I hope you took the time to hit the like button or the dislike button. It's up to you. Feel free to share the videos. I don't mind it. I hope y'all have a blessed and beautiful day. May God shine some light in a dark place for you today. I pray that somebody puts a smile on your face. I pray that you find some peace today. And if you're going through anything, I ask that God bless you and release you from that stress and anxiety and depression. I ask the same for you as I ask for me. God, continue to lead me in the right direction and to keep me safe and mentally sound, and to bless my family as he blesses y'all's on your way. Love upon your family. Love upon yourself. Put you first, because if you don't take care of you first, you can't take care of nobody else. Okay? I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. I will catch y'all later, hopefully, prayfully. I will be live. And again, I will drop the link when I talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville. I got to get a couple more things down, and then I'll be with y'all later. So with that being said, y'all have a wonderful day. And this is Stu Queen B out, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.
You won't break my soul. 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 Everybody, nah, nah, everybody, everybody.
it.